Nintendo.
Start this off by saying I did not remember this game having such a slapping soundtrack.
This is so sick. It truly is.
To be honest, this might be top 3 GameCube games of all time. If you grew up in the early thousands, you must have at least heard of how goated this game is. Now the other two, I don't really want to discuss those. I did not play the second one and got halfway through the third and got bored, so I think that speaks volumes. Do I really need to play the second one to know that the first one's the best?
What?
Let me just state also that I did not know Nintendo was working on a port for this game. I was working on this video a week or two before they announced that, so I just want that to be clear. I did not know this was coming out with the Nintendo port for the Switch 2. I did not know. I have not played this game since I was a wee little boy. And I wanted to know if Luigi's Mansion was still a perfect game for Halloween, if I'm just being honest. That's kind of the whole point. The game starts with Luigi walking up to this mansion that he won for free from a contest he didn't even enter in.
Hello?
What an idiot. Mario's trapped somewhere there at this moment in time and you have no idea where, so it only makes sense for Luigi to go look. But serious question, does Luigi know that Mario is there? Like, does he know that Mario is? I don't know. Very early on, you meet the first ghost of the game, some little old-ass scientist. He's a dope character, though, so I don't mind him. He's not that annoying. He'd just be saying some random-ass things. But he is old, so that adds up. It's like old Gramps, you know, the one that's stuck in their old ways and just say some of the most out-of-pocket shit.
Grandpa, what's dark humor?
You see that guy over there with no arms? Go tell him to clap.
But Grandpa, I'm blind.
Exactly.
Turns out, though, Gramps has been living in the shack right outside the mansion for 20 years. But he said that bitch just showed up. Also, plot armor that happens to be this scientist that's lived here for 20 years. That also has a vacuum to suck up ghosts. Perfect timing. But hey, that's what Luigi gets from Gramps, and now the game can actually be played. If we would have been stuck and not knowing what we would have been getting beat. Look, if they didn't add the vacuum, we would have been screwed in this game. That's a fact. You can't fight the ghost without the vacuum. Why in the hell is Toad in the mansion? I know he said he's looking for Mario. I get it. I get it. I get it. That's what he said. Come on, let's be serious here. What the hell is this guy gonna do? For the game mechanics, he is here to be able to save the game, which I actually like that, to be honest. You have a handful of toads placed around the map just to be able to save. That works good with me. But if I'm just gonna be honest, I gotta go beat those ghosts that gave me and Gramps a problem real quick. You see what's going on, go in that room, you know what I'm saying? In doing so, you know, I got a key that goes to the back door of this room. I go in there, I clear it out, I get yet another key, and so on. Look, that's kind of the whole repetition of this game. You clear out a room so you can get a key or something along the lines to continue on to the next room and to move on and move on. This game has 4 areas throughout this whole mansion. Area 1's super short. Real easy. You have 3 real main bosses. I really didn't know how I triggered what I needed to trigger to be able to beat them, but it worked, so woo! The waifu was super easy to beat. If you just knew what to do, it was super quick, super easy. And then the baby, who brings you into this world where you are shrunken down into a crib, and yeah, that completes area 1. Like I said, short, easy, it's just a build up. Now on to area 2, which is located throughout the whole middle of the mansion, kind of. This area has 2 bathrooms, which are unlocked besides one, sorta. There's a toad in there taking a shit while scared out of his damn mind. You clear out the first bathroom, you get a key, you move on to the ballroom, where these ghosts with masks spawn in, and they were kind of beating my ass, I can't lie, but I figured it out, so let's go. Then this dancing duo came out, I sucked them up, kept it moving. Then, you know, you go into the back room of the ballroom, and then what happens is you let out 50 boos. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to push a button, even though there was a poster that said, "Dangers, don't push the button." Look, there's a button. I'm gonna push the button. And then that happened, and it let out 50 boos. What do you want from me? Good thing is, though, the boos did tell me they kidnapped Mario. So Mario's here. Wild stuff, man. So I start backtracking, collecting all the boos that I can. Like, there is 50 of them. So you might as well start collecting. And that is another way to save too. So that's cool. And also in Area 2, you do get a new ability, which is able to suck up fire and breathe fire like a dragon. So that's also cool. Area 2 had a dope final boss though with the Grim Reaper. I appreciated that. Area 3, I believe, was the most annoying area for me, just to figure out what to do. You didn't really get keys for this one, like you did with the other ones. You had to collect items from Mario and bring it to this ghost that you met in Area 2 who can tell you the future, blah, blah, blah. Now, I didn't bring it up just because I was going to bring it up in Area 3, so that's why. And also, there was this room that, it was like a gym workout room, man. I could not figure out how to attack the boss, though. And I was just giving it up. I kept trying to use the bags in the vacuum and blowing it, and that sounded wrong. It just didn't go good. However, you can punch the bag. I accidentally punched the bag, and I didn't know I could punch the bag. Area 3 was the most annoying overall, in my opinion. I just didn't care for it. It was just, The best part about it was where you go to, honestly, there was one cool thing about this area, which was, there was a room where you go shoot the moon and blow up the moon.
Oh, how pretty it's stars. Pretty, real pretty.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Oh, damn. Oh, wait, what the hell is that? That's the moon. Oh, this is dope. What the heck? Oh, it's close. That's it. Yep, knew it. Yeah. Oh. I just blew up the moon. That's crazy. But hey, look. I'm about to get a star from Mario 64. This is crazy, bro. Oh, they got some Zelda music going on. Truthfully, why? That's crazy. It's not like it's Nintendo. This was cool. I can't believe I just blew up the moon.
That was pretty wild, man, just to get Mario's star. And then there was a hide and seek boss with two twins. I think they were twins. And yeah, that was kind of annoying trying to find them, but whatever. But every other ghost though in that area was pretty simple and easy. Once you collect all of Mario's items and bring it to that ghost, she then asks you to turn her back into a painting, so you do. The final boss of Area 3 is a bunch of boos that are congested into one giant boo. And this fight was so annoying, I died a couple times trying to catch the last boos. You would have to turn them into ice, and just when they get to 3 or 4, they would run away from you. Now on to the last area, Area 4. Area 4, which starts with the power turning off and a stupid amount of ghosts spawn in, and now it causes so many problems. But before you can turn on the power, you were told by Gramps you should go capture this ghost who just loves looking at itself. I had no idea where to go look, and as I'm searching room for room where I know had mirrors, I finally found him. And keep in mind, during this whole time, ghosts are spawning in like crazy. Now on the way to turn on the power and explore many more rooms in the same exact way, key to key room progression. I have one major complaint though in this area, and it's this room with the damn sand everywhere. You telling me once you clear out this room, they could not have made it where the sand disappeared? You telling me once you clear out this room, you turn the lights on, that they could not have made the sand disappear? They made it where you were able to shoot the damn moon. And I don't want to hear the argument. I just don't want to hear the argument that this game is old. You shot the moon and it changed that whole room. But it really is just more room to room for the rest of it, if I'm just being honest. The final boss for the last area before the final boss is the creator or artist of all the previous bosses and ghosts. And it calls for such an annoying fight, where you have to fight all his little normal enemy type ghosts, and you just have to fight them all, and it's just It was pretty annoying. They kept disappearing really quick, and it was just pretty annoying. But once you beat him, it was pretty easy. It was pretty easy, if I'm being honest. The final boss of this game, though, is Boo that transforms into Bowser and puts you into a painting so you can fight. Man, this fight was fucking annoying. It's tedious and kind of frustrating.
I hate how that actually hurts. Bullshit. Don't pick that up. No way. Why is he breathing out ice when it's fire? Let's go, let's go. What? Okay, that was pretty dumb. Oh, damn, I didn't see. No way. No way. A double whammy. Okay. This should be it. Let's go. Let's go.
It wasn't that bad, but it was annoying. By the end of this game, the last fights were just kind of annoying. But it was the hardest fight of the game, so, you know, it's the final boss. And honestly, the worst part about this boss was when you died, you had to reload the game, go from the very beginning, and walk your happy ass through that sanded room that they could have changed back to him and watch a whole cutscene. That was annoying. But it wasn't that bad. It was pretty straightforward, if you ask me. But once you win, you save Mario and all the ghosts are gone, and now it's Luigi's turn to be the hero. Pretty straightforward. It took me about 7 hours to complete this game. I collected all boos, and to be honest, you kind of had to. Just to get to the final boss, you needed 40, and at that point, you are only 10 away. You might as well. This game was fun, though. Such a good little time killer where you had to think about certain things, but mainly just play and catch ghosts. And still had such a spooky theme going for it. I was gonna say a vibe, but you know, that word feels ruined for some reason. I stand on that this game is top 3 for GameCube and the best Luigi's Mansion in the series. I don't care that I haven't played the second one. I don't need to. This soundtrack alone makes this game a classic. It's so good.